Good morning, students, and welcome to the class of social science. We are studying the first chapter in geography, that is the Earth in the solar system. Yesterday, we have completed the whole chapter, and today we will discuss some of the informations, some of the activities which are given in the box in your textbook. So, in the first page, what we see that there's described one activity. Okay, for this activity, what you will need a one torch, one sheet of plain paper, pencil, and a needle. Okay, now what you are supposed to do? First, what you have to do that place the torch in the center of the paper with its glass front touching the paper. You have to take one torch and take a piece of paper, then place the torch at the center of the paper. Okay, and you should place the torch in such a way that its glass front should touch the paper. Got it? Now, what you have to do that around the glass of the torch, you have to draw a circle. Okay, on the paper, you have to draw a circle around the glass of the torch. Now, the third step is perforate the paper with the needle within the circled area. That area which is circled by you, that area you have to make tiny holes in that circled area with a needle. Okay. Then the next step, what you have to do that place this perforated circle part of the paper on the glass front. You have to place this circle circled part in which you have made tiny holes in which you have perforated. That circled part should be placed on the glass front. And then what you have to do, wrap the paper around the torch with a rubber band. Now you are supposed to wrap the paper around the torch, and it should be done with a rubber band, and make sure that switch of the torch is not covered. When you are covering the torch with paper, at that time the switch should not be covered. Then switch off all the lights of a room, any room, and stand at some distance facing a plain wall. Okay, you have to stand at some distance in front of a plain wall. There should not be any kind of structure on the wall. It should be plain. Now the room is all the lights are switched off. Now you what you have to do? You have to switch on the light of the torch on the wall. What you will see that there are numerous dot of lights on the wall like stars which signs in the which sign in the night. When you flash the torch light on the wall, you see that there are so many dots of light. You can see so many dots of light on the wall, and these dots of light actually looks like stars which shine in the night sky. Now, then another step is switch on the lights in the room, and now what you will find that all dots of light which were very much visible, we were able to see the dot of lights on the wall when it was dark. The moment we switch on the lights of the room, we find that all dots of light become invisible. We are not able to see those dots of lights. So what happened? Because the light of the room which we switched on were more bright, were brighter than the light of the torch, and because of uh, um, more brightness of the lights of the room, we are not able to see the dots of light, which was otherwise we were able to see it. When the room was dark, we can easily see all the dots of light on the wall. The same thing happens with the stars and moon. What happened in the night sky, that sun is not there. Okay, and we can see all the stars and moon very clearly. But with the sunrise, what happens with the sunrise in the morning? What happens that the light of the sun become uh, brighter, and because of this brightness we are not able to see the moon and the stars. So in this way it is not it is incorrect to say that moon and stars come in the night and they go in the morning. Actually they are always present there in the sky. It is only because of the light of the sun that we are not able to see it. Okay. Now I have discussed this figure. This is the Saptarisi. This is the constellation of stars, and this particular constellation is called Saptarisi, which means seven sages, and it is which is a group of seven stars, and it is a part of Ursa Major constellation. And there is also one more thing is there in the figure, North Star. This North Star, it always points towards the north direction. And how can we locate this North Star? We can locate this North Star with the help of these two pointer stars of the Saptarisi constellation. When we draw a straight line joining these two pointer stars and extend it, we can locate the North Star. Then there is an interesting fact, and what is this interesting fact? It's about Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus have rings around them. These are belts of small debris. These rings may be seen from the Earth with the help of powerful telescope. So, but we find that there are eight planets, and among these eight planets, there are three planets. These are Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, which have rings around them, and we are able to see this ring with the help of a powerful telescope. And I have discussed this picture of a solar system with you. Now, there are some other facts, such as this is the one. Do you know? Here we are discussing solar system. Solar, SOLAR. So, solar, the word is formed by soul. Soul is the main word, is the original word, and soul. What is soul? SOL, soul. Soul in Roman mythology is the sun god. Soul is the name of the sun god in Roman mythology, and solar means something which is related to the sun. The family of the sun is therefore called the solar system. Okay, so solar soul is the original word from which solar has been made, and soul is the sun god in Roman mythology. Okay, and now we are discussing about origin of some words. Okay, many words used in a language may have taken from some other language. For example, geography. It is an English word. Okay, it has its origin in Greek, which relates to the description of the earth. So, what we are saying that there are many words in a language which originally belongs to some other language. And the example given is the example of geography. Geography is an English word, but its origin, it has its origin in Greek. and which is related to the description of the earth. Actually, geography is it is made of two Greek word. G means earth and graphia means writing. Okay, so geography, G means earth and graphia means writing. So whatever description is given in written form about the earth is called geography. Okay, and there are many more words which can be formed by geo, which is originated from ge, that is a Greek word and which means earth. uh, Here it is given, you can see it. Geology, geo means earth, g logia, logy I mean study. So geology is the study of the earth. Geo is an English word which has its origin in Greek word Geg, and logy is also an English word which is a which has been originated from logia. Okay, then we are also knowing one word, geometry. Geo, again, it has originated from G, which means earth, and metria is the measurement. So, geometry is related to measurement of the earth. Then there is geoid. Okay, geoid means something which resembles the shape of the earth. I have told you na ki the shape of the earth is round, but it is flattened at the poles. This particular shape of the earth is called geoid. This is geoid, which means something which resembles the shape of the earth. So, in this way, we can see that how words are formed. Now, there is again one more fact. Do you know? Humans have always been fascinated gazing at the night sky. Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements are called astronomers. Aryabhat was a famous astronomer of ancient India. He said that the moon and the planets shine due to reflected sunlight. Today, astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe. So, who are astronomers? Astronomers are those people who study the celestial bodies. Celestial bodies such as sun, moon, planets, asteroids, meteoroids, all these are stars, all the stars, all these are called celestial bodies, and an astronomer is one who studies the celestial bodies. Okay, and their movement is also being studied by astronomer. And one of such astronomer of in ancient India was Aryabhat, and Aryabhat was the first person who discovered this fact that the moon and the planets do not have their own light. They shine, but they shine not because of their own light, but they shine because of the sunlight. Actually, they reflect the light of the sun, and because of that reflection, they looks shining. So even today, there are so many astronomers in the world, and their main function is to observe the celestial bodies, explore the universe, to know more and more about the universe. Now, there is one more fact. Do you know light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh kilometer per second. Yet, even with this speed, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. So, what is the speed of the light? The speed of the light is 3 lakhs kilometer per second. In 1 second, the light travel 3 lakhs kilometer. And do you know how much time it takes to reach the earth from the sun? It takes around 8 minutes to reach the earth. Why it takes so much time? Because there is a great distance, there is a huge distance between the earth and the sun. So in spite of such a great speed, in spite of having such a great speed, still the light takes 8 minutes to reach the earth. These are very interesting facts, and you must remember all these things because it forms a very important part of general knowledge. Okay, so you must be not only know the facts, but you should also memorize these facts. Okay, now there is another interesting fact. It's about the first man who stepped on the surface of the moon, and the first man was Neil Armstrong. Okay, and the year, the date was on which he stepped on the moon was 21st July 1969. Okay, on 21st July 1969, Neil Armstrong stepped on the surface of the moon. Now, I told you now that moon is the satellite of the earth. And what is a satellite? A satellite is also a celestial body, and it moves around the planets in the same way as the planets move around the sun. We are knowing, I have told you that the planets are those celestial bodies which moves around the sun, and satellites are those celestial bodies which move around the planet. So this is satellite. In this context, you should know that there are two types of satellite. One satellite is natural satellite, and one satellite is human-made satellite. Okay, so human-made satellite is an artificial body, and it is designed by scientists, and it is launched in the space by the scientist. And what is the purpose of launching these artificial satellites? It is launched to gather information about the universe, or it can be launched also for the purpose of communication. You must be watching Tata Sky and Dish TV. All these, how are we able to see all these channels, all these services? It is through the artificial satellite. All the companies have launched their satellite, have placed their satellite in the space, and with the help of those satellites only we are able to watch the various different TV services. Then mobile services are also there, and this is also done through the satellite. So in this way, we find that satellites, artificial satellites, are help us in various ways. So how satellite is launched? Satellite is launched by a rocket, and then it is placed in the orbit around the earth. It has to be placed in the orbit, and using that orbit it moves around the earth. Some of the Indian satellite in space are INSAT, IRS, EduSat, etc. Okay. Here you can see the picture how it is India, and the rocket is being launched, and various parts of the rocket is getting apart from the satellite. And lastly, what we see that the satellite, the main part which is to be placed in the orbit, it enters the orbit. Now this is the picture of asteroids. What are asteroids? Asteroids are numerous tiny bodies, and these also keep moving around the sun. Then this is the picture of Milky Way. I told you yesterday that in a clear starry night you can see a white glowing path across the sky. This glowing path is known as Milky Way Galaxy. So galaxy, what is galaxy? Galaxy is a cluster of billions of stars, and our solar system, and there are so many galaxies. One of the galaxy is Milky Way Galaxy, which is called Akash Ganga in Hindi, and our solar system is also a part of that Akash Ganga. So this is the picture which I have discussed yesterday also. So now we have completed the chapter completely, isn't it? And now we will see the question answers. The first question is, how does a planet differ from a star? And answering this question, you have to make a table. In this table there should be two columns, planet and star, and then you have to write the differences between them. So, what are the differences? The most important difference is that planets do not have their own heat and light, and stars have their own heat and light. Okay. Then you can give that stars are very big and hot, but planets are not that big and hot. Okay, and then you can give the example. Example of planet is Earth, Mercury, Venus. So may 8 planets are there, and then you can give example of a star, that is Sun. Okay, Sun is the nearest star to the Earth. Now the next question is, what is meant by the solar system? So solar system, what is meant by solar system? It is given in your notebook. You can see it here. It is given here. Yeah. The sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as meteoroids and asteroids form the solar system. So this is your answer. Now the third question is, name all the planets according to their distance from the sun. For this, I have asked you I have told you a trick, that is to remember one sentence. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. है ना? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. This is your answer. It is given in your book. You can write it on your own. Why is the Earth called a unique planet? Do you remember? The Earth is called a unique planet because it is also given here. You can see it in your notebook. Let's see here. देखो. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the Earth. Okay, the Earth. This is. It will be your first point. Okay, it will be your first point. Then the second point is this, that the earth is neither too hot nor too cold. Then the third point is it has water and air, which are very essential for our survival. Then the fourth point is the air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Then you will write the conclusion that because of these reasons, the earth is a unique planet in the solar system. So this complete paragraph will form your answer. And always remember that your answer in social science should be written only in points. Points must be there. Without, don't write in paragraph as it is written in the book. You will have to write it not in the form of paragraph, but you will have to write only in the form of this points. In the content of this paragraph should be written in the form of point, and there will be 5 points in all. Now the next question is, why do we see only one side of the moon always? The answer of this question is also there in your book. You remember that the moon takes 27 days to complete to one uh, round around the earth, and at, at the same time what happens that it also moves around its own axis, and in that movement it also takes 27 days, and because of this what happens that only one side of the moon is visible to us on the earth. This is your answer. Okay, this paragraph is your answer. Now the next question, what is the universe? What is the universe? Million of galaxies together form the universe. The answer is here that in this you can write that millions of galaxies make the universe, and then you have to tell also that what is a galaxy. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. Okay, so this is your answer. Now you have to take the correct answer. There are three options are given, and you have to choose the correct option. In the first question, it is the question is, the planet known as the Earth's twin is Venus. I told you na, the shape and the size of Venus is almost similar to the Earth, and that is why it is called Earth's twin. Then the second question is, which is the third nearest planet to the Sun? Third nearest is Earth. Okay, Mercury, Venus, then comes Earth. All the planets move around the Sun in a elongated path. The path is elongated. Okay, it's not a circle path. It's not a rectangular path, but it is elongated path. The pole star indicates the direction to the pole star always indicates the direction to the north. Okay, so this is your answer. I have highlighted the answers. Okay, now asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Okay, now we have to do some filling the blanks. The first is, a group of dash forming various patterns is called a dash. What is the answer? A group of stars forming various patterns is called a constellation. Constellation is a group of stars which forms various patterns. Okay, a huge system of stars is called a galaxy. Dash is the closest celestial body to our Earth. Which is the closest celestial body? Sun is not the closest. If we compare between sun, various stars, and moon, what we find that moon is the closest celestial body to our Earth. Then next is, Das is the third nearest planet to the sun. Third nearest planet is Earth. Planets do not have their own dash and dash, own heat and light. So this is your complete work. Now it will be your summer vacation holiday, which I will tell you later. Today, this much is enough for you. Now we will start history. Okay, in the next class, we will start the first chapter of history. So, be ready for studying history. And one more thing that I will provide you answers to the all these questions in the snap work, and some extra questions with answers will also be given in the snap work, and it is your duty to see the work which is given in the snap work, write it down in your notebook, and um, learn it. Okay, now we will meet tomorrow.